Hi, welcome. This is Gaming a Dreamer, and this is what I call the After Fun podcast. So, what this is? Well, I watch a lot of Let's Plays, a lot of complete Let's Plays, and something annoy me a lot that when they finish the game, they don't have like a moment to talk about the game or what they think about the game overall after they finish it. Sometimes, like in the credit scenes, like they talk for 5 minutes, but after that, no, it's over. And I don't want to do that. I want to, like, after I finish the game, I want to sit with you and take my time talking about the game, what I think about it. I will not call it a review because I don't think I'm a reviewer, but I want to, like, talk about what I think, especially with this. The game I want to talk about, Everlasting Summer, the virtual novel that we get maybe over 60 parts so far. Wow, like very long virtual novel, very long. Even that my last virtual novel was Sakura Beach, and Sakura Beach was so short in comparison to most virtual novels. This one is long, long. It takes me so long to finish it, almost 43 hours. I think most people say that they can finish it in like 28 or something, but I am slow reader, you see me, and I finish everything. So, what was Everlasting Summer is like, I was stuck LBing for a long time, and somehow like, yeah, you know what, I will return to do something simple, just to test the ground if I can do it again, because, yeah, like, I need something to do in my life, like a hobby, a real hobby, like something to do, make, not just do. So this is what like, is this broken or something? Okay. So I just let's look what virtual novel available on Steam, and someone was like said, "Everlasting Summer, you cannot get better than this." And like, okay, you know what? I will believe you. How much this game is? Oh, it's free. So I downloaded it, and you know what? Let's play it. And this is all the start. Just a random game that I have no idea what it is. Just someone recommended said it is the best, and I believe him. Who his name? I don't know. When that was, like maybe the same day I downloaded the game, or the second day. So the gameplay of this game is like basic virtual novel. Like I said, my only experience with virtual novel was Sakura Beach, which was very simple. Have like 2 or 3 points in the game that with choices, real choices, but they don't do that much. Sakura Beach have no real choices at all. Every choice is the same. There are like the control key to skip anything that you didn't read before, which is I think basic in most virtual novels. At least the new one that they establish the way they control the game. I try shovel to just see the control. It's like not 100% the same, but it is the same. You cannot escape everything. You can escape only the thing that you read before. In Everlasting Summer, you have a choice, but in Shovel, they're not. Uh, the game is widescreen, and for a long time, for some reason, virtual novels refuse to do, a full screen, 16 by 6, I think. They only insist on the 3 by 4. For some reason, I don't know why. The Japanese virtual novel refused to do that for a long time. The reason unknown to me. Maybe someone of you know. The other thing about the game, like there are choices. There are how many route there? Well, for the main character, there are 2 routes. Like the one that where you do not get any of the girls, just like the main story. Each of the main 4 girls have 2 ending, which is mean like 8, 9, 10 route, and Miko have her own route. 11, Yulia have her own route. which is 12, and their harem ending, which is 13. So there are 13 ending, which take me so long. If you watch the Let's Play, damn, it take me so long to finish all that. Especially how repetitive it become, and like, oh, do I skip this scene because we saw it before when I played the first time. The first playthrough I did was like, I will take the choices that I think I normally will do. I was laying through to Sylvia because she's my favorite from the start, because she was a very kind girl. I like kind girls. Lena was my second favorite. I will prefer Yulia and Miko over Alicia and Juliana. They're both as an asshole. Alicia and Juliana is assholes, and I just want to end their stories. And they're so like, yeah, okay, Alicia is kind of cool. Juliana is just an over energetic girl who grew up to be a better girl in her ending. Watch out for the spoilers, because I will talk about the ending of the characters. Besides the gameplay, which, let's face it, there are not much. The music is amazing about this game. I cannot review music. I cannot like explain what makes the music of this game in particular very good, but it is sweet. And each of the girls like have her own way of you see the music, because how different their personality is. Like Alicia was always rock music, and Sylvia, this is sweet music. Lena is horrifying a little bit. Let's not talk about Miko. The story. Okay, the story about this game is like very complicated a little bit. It starts with like Simon, who jumped from his own time to another time or another world, and directly he just assumed that maybe because it was winter, and then he found himself in summer in different areas, so in different body, so okay. And he find himself in this camp. And here's the thing: this game used the setting very well, like different setting than any virtual novel I ever except actually I don't think I ever saw a movie or a TV show or read a novel about this era, the end of the communist era, and in a camp where this pioneers, this young people who live in that era. Like, this is a very, very unique era. No one talked about it before. No one make anything, any media I know about this era. The end of the communist party, the end of the communist Soviet Union, and in this camp thing that I never heard about, the pioneer camps in Russia before. It is like something from the best. Only few people from Russia remember it, because even the main character, I think, born after that. This is in the early 80s, so even if I was Russian, I will never know about it. I will not. Oh, there was something like that before. Oh, really? So the setting is very amazing. You can learn a lot of things new about the Russia, about the Communist Party, from another angle, not from like the political angle, but more like the real people back then, how they deal with it, which is like, yeah, everyday normal. Like, they show like there are normal people, they live a normal life, and you can see a little bit of culture shock, because there are a lot of things that we maybe don't understand, but they try their best to explain it, which is nice. Most of the story, after all, is okay. Something else I want to call bullshit about, like, even that this setting is so much uh, Russian, so much the last era of the last days of Communist Party, you can see that it's a lot like a Japanese high school anime, because it is virtual novel still, and you can see that a lot of things that taken from that. So yeah, it's like I do. By the way, a lot of plot holes in the game, and most of them can be direct to the fact that Simeon is dreaming. I think we're not sure 100% is it a dreaming or something else, or like collective dreaming or some. It is like very complex to understand. In the end of this video, I will try to make something like my theories about what the story about. And there's something about the story too, about the girls, because I think the girls is not just a love interest, so you bang in the end and this is it. No, there are more like each of the girls like a side of the main character. And now let's talk about the characters, and so we talk about that. The first route we get is Simon route, and the Simon route is like when you don't pick any particular girls and you get like the route where we'll explain the story. And this is the first one, and take me a long time to do. In the end, Simon like he find a way to go out, and he live miserable life, but he still accept it, and this was the good ending. The good side, because each one of the characters have good ending, bad ending. The good ending for Simon, he back to his word and live miserable for the end of days. The bad ending, he just disappear, going after a voice, and this voice like make him disappear forever. That's the bad ending. Sylvia. Before talking about Sylvia, I think Simon wrote is like explain what this game about. This game about anxiety, depression, stuff like that. Simon is like this guy who live his life alone, away from society, away from everyone else, have no job, have no future, something like that. And his return to the past, go to this pioneer camp, like a life-changing experience. It is like this is how you will end your life, and this is why this stuff about the pioneers, like the people who look like Simon, which all they stay in the past, and there's no way for them to go back, except that Simon go back every time. I think it's like this is all like his choices about not moving on in life, and choosing a girl means that he will move on in his life. Sometimes this move on in life is good thing, sometimes it's bad thing. Like we will see in, for example, Sylvia route. Before we go Sylvia route, I still need to talk about Simon. The bad ending where he like go after this voice and tell him, "Come with me." This means I think he stay in the past, which that he chose not to move on, and if he move on, he like move on, but you choose to move on alone, something like that. Now let's talk about Sylvia route. I skip Sylvia a few times now. Okay, the thing about Sylvia route, it's like this the route that I least understand it, because look at the two choices we have. The bad choice was that they will end with her, we have sex, we try to have a relationship, but we end up like, okay, this relationship will never work, and he never see her again, because he was not grown up enough to understand the responsibility of being an adult. And this is, I think, Sylvia route all about responsibilities. He was not responsible enough to commit to a thing. This is another thing about this route. Like, because he, okay, let's have sex, but then what? You didn't plan for a future, right? You didn't plan to what to do next. You just, oh yeah, I will do that. Then what? And this is her route. The good ending that he moves on with his life and meets a girl who looks like her and decide to move on and have a plan this time. I think Sylvia route more about responsibilities, more about knowing what you want to do in your future, not just move on like an idiot forward and have no plan. The second route, Lena. Lena route is like the most interesting character in this game, because Lena route is different than any other route, different than any other girl, different than anything. Actually, a lot of things about Lena is different than anyone else. I think in the writer mind and the creator of this game, Lena is the canon character, and here you'll see why. Lena good ending is the only ending where he still stay in the past and it is considered good ending, not the one where he chose the voice and go after it and not seen again. No, this is Lena good ending. He stay, he become with her, they get married, they have children, they grow up. It is like very baffling ending. I was not expecting that. Like, wow, they get married. And the bad ending, she killed herself. And he back to his work. Then he kill himself. This kind of thing didn't happen with any other route like Lena ending. The good one is very, very good. Marriage, have killed and have children. The bad ending, very, very bad. He kill himself. She kill herself and he kill himself. Very extreme. The other girls, not. Every other girl. I'm not I'm so spoiling, but every other girl. The good ending is very good. The good ending, not very good. The good ending is good. The bad ending, good, but not as good as the other one. Like Sylvia, you end up alone, but moving on with you, but you return to your world. The good ending, you return to your world and finally meet Sylvia in real world and move on with your life. Elijah, kind of the same thing. Juliana is the same thing. Yulia and Miko, kind of like a good ending by itself. You will see later all that. But Lena, no, you stay in the past and marry her and have kids. In the bad ending, both die. Why? Because I think Lena is the other version of Simon. She is like have this problem of anxiety, have a monster inside her of anger that she don't know how to get it out. She have a lot of this anger, worry, anxiety, depression, all that. All the problem Simon have. Both Simon and Lena like almost the same thing, the same problems, and they can understand each other more than anyone else. They show a person outside, but there are another person inside them that they don't show. All this anxiety and depression, I understand that. I have a small amount of that too myself. I understand. This is why I think Lena wrote is the different one. Even if you will see in a few days, I schedule the unofficial sequel of this game called Frosty Kiss, which is like made by fans, not the official people. And it is about like what happened after a year from the ending of the game. The good ending. I will talk about the harem ending later on. And you can see that Lena was the main girl. Her face was the one they chose for the thumbnail of the game and the start menu. So it's like they say Lena is the official girl. So I think it is true. Lena is the official girl. I consider her that. The third girl is Alicia. Alicia is a problem child. When we can compare everyone to Simon in this regard, Alicia compared to being angry at the system, don't want to follow the orders, don't want to do anything, and it is a real part of being a human teenager and that. She tried to do a terrorist attack on Ginda statue, and she like used her anger before using her mind in any moment. She attacked Simon over and over again of things that he didn't do. Because he beat her in the card game, she tried to accuse him of sexual harassment. Like, whoa! Hold your horses, woman. And this is why I think her an asshole a little bit. I hated her for that. But you can see like her character have deep characters. And this is something else. Once I played the game the first time and saw Alicia get, I know it, she will be the popular one. Everyone will love her. And I can see this is in the forums, in the Reddit page, and the only comment I get in this game while I'm playing it was like, Alicia Root, you must play Alicia. Alicia is the best. Wow. Seriously, people love Alicia a lot. And I can see why. She's like the hot girl, the wild girl, the girl uh, that people like, this kind of rock bad girl attitude. I don't like it myself, but I know that this is like the popular thing. Alicia was like, do your dreams. Do the thing you want to do the best. There are parts of Simon that he was like playing music at the best, but he stopped. And Alicia like moved this part in his heart, and he started playing music in the end. The good ending, like he become music star, and this is it. He started playing music. He learned how to play music. He make a small band with his friends, and he become music star. He actually not very successful, but successful enough. The good ending, he just meet Alicia. The same thing. He become a little popular, and then he meet Alicia, and they become friends. Maybe they have romance, but they didn't say it. The other girls, Juliana, the most hated girl for me. I hate Juliana Gat. She's annoying. She just too bright to everyone. She have no regard of anyone else beside her. And I think she represent the selfishness of people and the selfishness of Simo, that he only care about himself. And you can see that Juliana is the same thing. If you take Juliana route, you will do a lot of things that selfish, and that will result of being with Juliana. If you being selfish enough in the story, you will fall. And this is something I notice about the way you do. If you do selfish thing, you will go with Juliana. If you do a nice thing, you will end with Sylvia most of the time. If you do a reckless thing, you will end with Alicia. Stuff like that. Juliana end the bad end where she like stay in the camp as a punishment, and you just leave her alone. And I think this is represent like, if you become selfish enough, everyone leave you behind, and you will stay alone. You think it's all fun and games, and then people just left you because you are unpleasant to be with. Of course, Simon like learn a lesson from Juliana, that he starts going to college, and he learn, and he become a better part of the community of and stuff like that. The good ending, he met her and become friends. She older now, and they are friends with each other. It's like she learned from her mistakes and try to grow up and not be selfish. And I think that's what this means. Now, Miko Root. Miko Root is two things. One, it is mindfuck of horror. I think they make it just for fun, just to be like, oh yeah, we have Miko, the Vocaloid, and we have fun route that mean nothing about horror and stuff like that. And it's amazing when it comes to horror. If you into horror and you didn't watch any of the Everlasting Summer, just watch Miko. Miko route is like the horror thing. It's awesome, but it also means something. It's about commitment to a relationship. Miko, or in the story, we realize that her real name is Masha, and Simon and her was like marriage or have a serious relationship, but then they didn't commit to it, and they was not talking about it seriously with each other, because they both still love each other, but they are very stubborn to talk about their real feeling to each other. And in the end, when they're like, oh, we gotta die, we don't have time, I love you, and he said, I love you, I'm sorry, and like, they wake up, it was all a dream. The entire game is a dream. And they like become very awesome together again. It's like, yeah, romantic, and this was one of the sweetest romantic ending. Even that the route itself, it was horrifying. I am not good with horror. If you know me, you know that I can easily get scared from the simplest things. I very jumpy, so I'm stay away from horror stuff. Even that Shadow Heart is horror. I don't think it's horror. It's like take the theme of horror. It was, I think, maybe as fun route. It is the most fun route. Even that I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Oh shit. The final route, maybe the final route you can say, Yulia route. Yulia is the inner being of Simon. That's what we'll know in the end of her route. Like, we finally know what it's all about. That Yulia is the part of you that you express inside yourself. She's like a ghost inside you, or like the inner mind of Simon. And if you follow her route from the beginning to the end, because there are a choice where you go to the harem ending, and both route was considered the final, the real ending, except that I think the harem ending is the one where you can say that it is the real ending. Yulia route, where you like meet all the pioneers, and you see the world end in front of your eyes. It's like Twilight Zone, not Twilight Vampires, Twilight Zone. How everything go weird in front of your face, and when you try to understand it, it is not understandable. It's like very weird. It's like the fucked up ending. Like, what's going on here? And in this ending, like, finally we will go into this bus and go back to our world. And all the pioneers, all the people who was stuck in the past decide we will move on. And it is not like they will do a bad thing, but you know what? We will move on. And we all will go to move on to the future. We don't know what in the future, but we need to go and move on. Whatever waits there will be there. And it's a very strong message here. Like, you need to move on from the past. Whatever you like it or not, you need to move on. And this is the route where everyone like saved, and we lose Yulia because she's like in our heart or something like that. And you can, in Yulia route, there are like a choice where you can choose what girl who will be asleep beside you, and like, yeah, this is the end, the girl with the end. Like, Yulia have like 6 ending by itself, but not Zanya, not Olga, not Viola. The harem ending. The harem ending was very short. I think less than 20 minutes or something like that. Very, very short. Where you just like move on to the city. Again, they're moving on forward theme. Where they go move on forward to the city. Getting the bus where everyone there. And once you go back to the city, everything go back to your old apartment, and someone knocked at the door, and there are the 5 main girls, except Yulia and Ziania, Viola, and Olga is not there. What we have is Sylvia, Lena, Alicia, Juliana, and Miko, or Masha. And they all look different, like more grown up, and they are like, yeah, let's become a friend. We have the same dream you have too. And you can realize that each one of these girls have her own dreams, which is like Everlasting Summer, this girl edition, which is like she have the same problem as you, anxiety, stuff like that, or maybe other problem you can see because they are grown up after this experience, and yeah, we learn something. We have the same kind of dreams, where every other person in this dream was just a character, but we all like experience this thing that will make us move on with our life. You can't guess what happened to each one of the girls. I can guess that Sylvia learned how to be more forward about her feeling, more forward about what she wants, and can speak about for herself to get what she wants, not just to put everyone before her. Lena have the same problem as us. I think Lena route is the same route as us. Alicia become less stubborn, less angry, and do positive things in her life. Actually, you can see that in Frosty case that these girls grow up and become better character. Not that they still themselves, but it's not about you changing yourself, it is about improving yourself, which is different. Juliana is the one who grew up the most because, yes, she's still the sparky girl who, like, enjoy life and stuff like that, but she, like, okay, I will do things more grow up and less reckless and not thinking only about myself. Mika, like, yeah, I'm going to be singer. I like, I don't know. What's her problems? Like, she's angry. I think Miko Rat is weird. I think just the creator of the game is big fan of Miko and he want to put her in the game, and this is all. Now, besides that, we have 5 characters you cannot date. Almost. There are Zarnia, the only pioneer girl who you cannot date, except that I think you can play a DLC game that I didn't play because, oh, come on. I played the entire game, and now you told me there are also a DLC, and there are another route, and I don't think it's official. So, I, even that it is kind of official, but it was not in the main game itself, so I ignore it. But she's like the only pioneer who you cannot date for real. And I think the reason is because electronic, because there are this subplot in some of the routes you can find that electronic love Zarnia and he tried to date her and she tried to not to she tried to ignore him, and there are less this love between them. And I wish that if that DLC was about Zarnia and electronic and make electronic the main character and he tried to date Zarnia, which will be amazing route for me. But yeah, we didn't know that more about Zarnia itself. Maybe in the future, after I finish Shovel, because I'm sick of doing the Everlasting Summer by now, I will do Zarnia DLC and other DLC from time to time. Maybe if I have time to do like the third game spot I have, I will do Everlasting Summer from time to time, the DLC and stuff like that. But we will see. I not assume anything. If I will do it, I will do it later on because I don't want to do it anymore. Maybe after a month or two. But for now, no Zarnia is the only one who doesn't have. And I think for me, I was very mad because she was my second choice after Sylvia, even before Lena, because I like girls like her who are nerdy and love science and stuff like that. The other girl who a lot of people was angry that she doesn't have her own route, which is Olga, and I see why, because she's older than Simon. There's no way they will date each other. But Olga is like one of the worst character I ever encountered in any virtual novel or anime or anything. She's so incompetent. When I researched the TV trope page of Olga, she was like, oh, they treat her like, oh, useless adult. Yes, she's useless. She sent Juliana with us to self-shock, and like, really? She's a kid. Why you send kids? And by the way, why does camp have only one adult? I will not count Viola. Viola is not adult. Viola is a problem. Why there are no cops? Why there are no securities? Why there are not at least 20 teachers to teach them sport and other things? Only one? Only one? That doesn't make any sense. Olga character is not concept at all. Each route she have different character. She in her Sylvia route she was this strategic character who like follow the rules more than anyone else. In Juliana she's not that much. In Alicia she's different. In Miko she's crazy. She's like, I don't know if she have a character of her own at that point. She's weird. Viola is sexy as hell. That's all what I can say about Viola. She drunk, she's sexy. I was enjoying. Sorry for that. I was enjoying voicing her because she's so sexy. Oh, Banner, I love you fucking face. Banner. The other two characters are the boys character, which is Electronic and Shrek. Electronic is fun. I love Electronic. I love making fun of Electronic. Electronic is always there, and he is always do something weird and funny. Electronic is like have this crush on Zarnia, and we didn't see how this is will end. I wish Frosty Kids like they just mentioned that Zarnia and Electronic are together or something. Electronic is funny guy who you want to always be like complain about the other girls like oh fucking this girls, and there was I was thinking that he will have his own route as a joke. There are like a simple scene that you can see him taking off his clothes, but this is it like the final character who I don't know what the purpose of this character except being lost, which is Shrek. I'm Shrek. Fuck you. Shrek was like lost, and was like the adventure point in the game where you go and searching for him, and you go back, and this is it. This is everything about Shrek. Like, yes, he like worked with electronics, making sexy robots, and this is it. But I cannot see more than that. What is this? The meaning of this game, I think, like I said about this character Simon, his anxiety, his depression, and understanding the other girls, and improving himself by being with someone else and not being alone. Because you can see him that he want to be alone all the time, even when he have a chance with a beautiful girl to be with. Like, I don't want to be with anyone. His route was like, I don't want to be everyone, just I want to go home. And I can feel that anxiety can do that to you. It is a very, very awful thing to happen to you. So, overall, this is amazing game. Well, I will not call it a game. It's a visual novel, so it's about the story. As a story, it's like amazing story. If you want to just watch my playthrough while you in a blanket and have hot chocolate and drink it, was like, this is amazing. This is amazing thing to watch while like doing something else. So I hope you enjoy my let's play of this, because this is a good story, funny. It can horrifying sometimes. It have a drama, it have meaning, it have romance, it have sex, it have everything. It is very, very good, long drama story, amazing, and I love it. Yes, it took me so long to finish it, but I appreciate every single moment of this game. It is an amazing game, 10 out of 10. A few things that I can say that was not that good about this game, but the overall will not change because of this small things, like the inconsistency of the artwork from time to time. The sometime of the stories like annoying things happen, but there are a few and in between that I don't think I can call them that bad. I think if you will play the Steam version without like the sex scene and stuff like that, it's still very good because I am playing it for the story, so I don't care about that, and that means less video editing for me for when I want to play it for you guys. So goodbye for now, and see you in the next after the fun, or what is it to call this. But next time, I think tomorrow I will start uploading Shuffle. So I hope you enjoy Shuffle, and I hope I enjoy Shuffle as much as I enjoy this game. So goodbye.